Today we're unpacking a fascinating new technological leap that might just fundamentally change the way we capture human expertise. We're looking directly into Anthropic's brand new record, a skill feature. Now imagine for a moment your typical daily workflow. You know those repetitive multi-step tasks that drive you just a little bit crazy? We're talking wrangling a massive spreadsheet, cleaning up messy data, merging it all across different platforms. It's the kind of necessary drudgery that just eats up hours of your week. But what if you never had to write out instructions or teach anyone how to do it? What if the system could just watch you do it once and then perfectly replicate your expertise forever? Section 1, the tale of the quiet observer. Okay, let's dive into this with a quick story to set the scene. Meet Maya. She's staring down an incredibly complex, messy data cleanup task on her computer. We've all been there, right? She's navigating multiple tabs, running formatting fixes, executing these complex spreadsheet merges. Normally, she'd have to carefully document every single one of these steps if she ever wanted to delegate this to someone else. But today, Maya is trying something entirely different. Instead of writing a manual, she just works. In the background, an unseen translucent AI entity is quietly observing her every single move. It watches every click of the mouse, every formatting fix she applies, every merge she executes. It just sits there, taking invisible notes without ever interrupting her flow or asking her to explain what she's doing. It's entirely frictionless. The very second Maya finishes her task, she clicks a button labeled record a skill and boom. Instantly, the AI swirls all of her actions, her clicks, and her decisions into a neat, sparkling package. It generates this perfectly structured, reusable description of the exact task she just performed, and she simply saves it as data cleanup V1. The AI has literally extracted her expertise straight from her behavior. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of what we're talking about today. The next morning, Maya sits down with a fresh batch of messy data, but she doesn't actually do the cleanup. With one single click, she deploys the save skill. The AI steps in and executes the exact sequence of formatting and merging she taught it yesterday, while Maya gets to lean back and focus her brainpower on higher level strategy. It's not just a macro, it's an intelligent replication of her work. Section 2, how it actually works. Now I know that story sounds a bit like magic, but the reality is grounded in some incredibly sophisticated technology inside Anthropic's Claude co-work. Here's the exact capture process. Step 1, you hit record. The system captures everything happening on your screen, all your tabs, your typing, your clicks for up to 10 minutes at a time. And crucially, if you leave your microphone on, it records your concurrent narration as you explain what you're actually doing. Step 2, you hit done and Claude analyzes that entire recording. Then step 3, Claude proposes a drafted step-by-step skill file. You can review this, edit it, refine it before saving, so absolutely nothing goes live without your final sign-off. It's a completely structured, repeatable workflow. What we're really looking at here is a massive paradigm shift called Observant AI. For the longest time, if we wanted AI to extract knowledge, it had to mine transcripts of conversations or analyze documents produced way after the work was done. Honestly, anything is better than having to write out another 50-page standard operating procedure. But Observant AI captures expertise directly from behavior and action in real time. This is the kind of technology that, until very recently, was locked away in medical and software engineering research labs. And now it's being brought directly to our everyday desk-based workflows. Section 3, capturing the action layer. Now, what's really interesting about this is how capturing this action layer directly completely transforms one of the oldest and most frustrating problems in learning and development, interviewing subject matter experts. For decades, instructional designers have struggled with the curse of expertise. Basically, when you're really, really good at something, you become quite terrible at explaining how you do it. Check out this staggering number, 51%. Research shows that when you ask an expert to verbally describe a procedure they performed hundreds of times, they completely forget to mention, on average, 51% of their action steps. Half of the process is just lost to their own free recall because it's become so second nature to them. But wait, actually, scratch that. It gets worse. Based on research from Sullivan and colleagues back in 2014, while experts omit half of their physical actions, they omit a massive 73% of their decision-making steps. Nearly 3/4 of the crucial judgment calls they make are completely lost when they're asked to recall them in an interview. They just don't even think to say them out loud. And this is exactly why record a skill is such a breakthrough. The screen captures what the expert literally never says. Because the tool uses concurrent think aloud recording, it easily beats retrospective recall. More importantly, if an expert forgets to mention that they always check a specific tab or verify a specific field before moving on? Well, it doesn't matter. The behavior happens on the screen regardless, and the AI captures it. For desk-based action knowledge, the behavior simply cannot admit itself. Section 4, the invisible decision layer. Let's move to Notion and see how this builds upon our understanding of expertise. Because as magical as this tool is for capturing clicks and tabs, there is a major caveat we really need to address. What happens when the camera cannot see the expertise? See, we're looking at two distinct layers of work. On one side, we have the action layer, the clicks, the tabs, the typing. The AI sees all of this perfectly. But on the other side is the decision layer, the alternatives the expert rejected in their head, and the internal logic they use to get there. Because a decision is not a physical behavior, a rejected alternative leaves zero behavioral trace on the screen for the AI to capture. And here's the absolute core of the issue. Highly practiced judgment becomes compiled and automatic. An expert doesn't even experience their decisions as decisions anymore. The choice to ignore a specific data discrepancy or proceed with a complex merge, that takes a fraction of a second. It just feels like continuing to work because they don't pause, and because nothing physically happens on screen during that microsecond of judgment, the AI completely misses the most valuable part of their expertise. Section 5, the false completeness risk. So when you use tools powered by large language models to capture tasks this way, you can run headfirst into a hidden danger. Here is the critical warning. AI will plausibly infer reasoning that was never actually narrowed. AI models absolutely hate incompleteness. If an expert clicks a button but doesn't explain why out loud, the AI will seamlessly fill in the blank to package the skill neatly. It'll interleave real observed physical steps with completely invented AI-generated reasoning. It creates a really dangerous illusion of a perfect complete record, and there is nothing in the final output to differentiate the real expert logic from the AI hallucination. So knowing all this and get the incredible power of the action layer and the risks of the decision layer, how do we actually use this thing? Well, the source material outlines 4 brilliant L&D use cases. You can use a 10-minute recording as a rapid task analysis. You can design training practice activities based on real choices made on screen rather than sanitized textbook examples. You can use the recording as a real behavioral standard to evaluate trainees against, but the safest and honestly best place to start immediately, automating software-based admin. Using record, a skill for low-risk, repetitive administrative tasks, buys back your hours so you can focus on high-level judgment. Section 6, a new human role. So the crucial point is this technological shift doesn't replace you. It fundamentally changes your job description. The bottleneck is moving and we have to adapt. The quality of the skill the AI builds is entirely dependent on the quality of the human narration during the recording. You can't just talk naturally. Experts must use a structured cognitive task interview script. They have to explicitly say, I'm doing X, so that way they need to narrate those invisible cues. Before I decide, I check this. Crucially, they must surface rejected options. I'm not doing this other thing, because then they have to explain conditionality. If the signal looked off, I do this instead. You basically have to force the invisible decisions out into the open audio so the AI can capture them. The bottleneck shifts from producing to designing. You're no longer that person frantically taking notes during a subject matter expert interview, trying desperately to capture their knowledge to produce a manual. The AI handles the elicitation and the transcription. Your new incredibly high-value job is designing the narration. It is your job to ensure the expert uses that highly specific script to surface their tacit knowledge while the machine watches bots. Which leaves us with this final provocative thought to ponder. AI tools like Record a Skill are getting astonishingly good at the doing. They can watch, they can transcribe, and they can execute. But that only raises the premium on the human judgment that directs the doing. If AI masters the physical execution of our tasks, are you ready to step up and become the designer of the judgment? Continue watching to see how to use powerful AI features to build your digital assets. Thanks for watching the video this far. I'm excited to share with you an in-depth article on how to create, share, and monetize lead magnets effortlessly, all without technical skills or expensive tools. This article dives deep into the essential steps for building an audience genuinely interested in your brand. It's designed to help you leverage the skills you already have to create and launch a profitable digital business today. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your approach, this guide offers valuable insights to set you on the right path. And one of the key topics covered is why manual outreach and legacy systems can't keep up. You will learn that speed is a vital component of lead conversion. Research shows that responding to a lead within minutes rather than hours dramatically increases the likelihood of a successful sale. The fact that manual systems lack the agility required to pivot when audience behavior changes shows how Lead Creator can address this need. The article helps you pinpoint what your audience truly needs and how your unique skills can meet those needs effectively, ensuring your product stands out in a crowded market. Next, the article explores how to craft compelling content that resonates with your audience and drives sales. It emphasizes the importance of storytelling, clarity, and authenticity in your messaging. You'll learn techniques to create content that not only educates but also emotionally connects with your potential customers. This approach helps build trust and encourages engagement, which are essential for transforming interest into actual purchases. Another vital aspect discussed is effective packaging, how to present your knowledge in a captivating way that appeals to your target market. Alongside this, the article outlines strategies for building a marketing plan that truly connects with the eager buyers. It covers everything from branding and positioning to choosing the right channels for promotion. These insights empower you to showcase your digital product's value clearly and attract the right audience consistently. Finally, the article addresses the challenges new creators often face and offers advice on staying motivated and focused throughout the journey. Launching a digital product can be demanding, but with the right mindset and strategies, you can overcome obstacles and keep progressing. This section provides encouragement and practical tips to help you maintain momentum and achieve long-term success. So go ahead and click on the link below to get started today and turn your ideas into impactful digital products.